Morning, guys. Today we're gonna be starting the garden, which basically is Clay's gonna be doing all this. Hey honey, do you have any electric you can give to me?
Not till I'm done with the cement mixer.
Okay, when you're done with the cement mixer, because this is how this is gonna roll, guys, just so you can kind of see our setup. He's going to be using this cement mixer to work on the soil.
It's gonna till the soil for me.
Till the soil for Clay. He's going to be working with these buckets here. He brought the lawn tractor up here to cart things. I'm sitting over here, but not necessarily all day, like between my breaks. I have my coffee, my computer, my little speakers, and my water. Got the quail there. Doggies out. Kitties are out. Everybody's out today. So this is the project of the day. First things in the morning, we have a lot of little things we have to do. Start laundry, dishes, get out here, open the greenhouse.
Well, we're probably not going to get it all done today.
Oh no, we won't get it all done today, but we're just getting things started. So in here is some of the plants. He has more planting he wants to do. Our spring got started really late because of the snow. So
Didn't really start warming up till the beginning of this week.
So this is just the setup of the morning. I thought you guys may be interested in some of the things that we do as far as setup, not just the actual projects.
I just want to know how far my cord could go.
So he's setting up electricity to operate this, which is basically a cement mixer.
That's all it is. What I'm going to do is each one of these buckets, I'm going to dump in the cement mixer, add a little peat moss to it, a little garden soil like a Miracle-Gro garden soil or any generic garden soil. Add a couple of scoops of that to that, and then fill my buckets. Dump that into the screen, and any weeds will be all loosened up by the cement mixer, and you just run the dirt through the screen. Now the dirt in these buckets are kind of wet, so it's kind of hard for me to put them through the screen because it kind of wants to clog the screen up. So, but if I put some more soil in there to help dry it, it won't be so bad. I just wanted to get my cord, see how long my cord was, so I could do my buckets right at the area I'm doing them.
So this is the morning setup, guys.
I have 6 rows
Yes.
of the garden trough. You can probably see it better over here. For now. All this is the plastic eave trough. They got to be cleaned out yet. There's mosquito larvae and old leaves and stagnant water from this last fall. What I'm going to do is dump them out, hose them out, and then start doing my garden soil. You can see these are some of the old stuff that's in the buckets.
This is from sitting over winter.
I let them sit over winter, and it helps compost them too. This is the soil. I took the one bucket. If you can see this here.
Oops, sorry, doll. I know we were moving around each other.
We're not dancing, so stop. This is what come out of the bucket. You see that's nice black soil. But you see you got all the roots and everything in there. Well, after it goes through the sifter, you can see how nice that is. You got all the roots and everything out of it. I want to add the peat moss and that to help dry it out. So this soil is going to go into the cement mixer with the first batch, so I can clean the screen back off. See, you get little stones in that. You want to get rid of all that. So what I'm going to do is get my cement mixer ready, put my additives in there, do them one bucket at a time. Once I get a row of buckets in each one of these 10-foot sections, you put a cap on each end. Right now I've got it set up so I can hook water to it with the tank. I haven't done that yet, so I just go through with the garden hose or the rainwater barrel, and I fill the troughs as they need it. They don't go through a lot of water, but the bees and the neighborhood birds drink a lot of that water too. So. But this will hold 9 buckets, so you can get 9 big tomato plants on each or pepper plants, or we're going to have some broccoli, some cauliflower. I tried my luck with that a little bit this year. Some green beans. I bought some celery. I want to try that again. And the tomato, instead of bending your back to weed the garden or to pick your tomatoes, you can walk right up to the bucket or bring a chair in and you can weed right off the top of the bucket. And when you're picking your tomatoes, you're picking them standing up or reaching up. You're no more bending your backs, especially if you're elderly. You'll find that this is a big help to you. The only thing you have to do is when you set up your troughs, you got to make sure they're level, so the water level stays level. And you can see even the old skanky water is level in the troughs. So, but I probably water my garden about once, maybe twice a week, depending on the weather. If it's really, really hot, the water will evaporate quicker, but you never have to, all the water is sucked up through the bottom because these buckets all have what we call a net cup. Cut your hole, get a hole saw. Once you buy your net cups, cut a hole in it, put your net cups down in. Then you fill that net cup with wet peat moss or wet potting soil. Then you could fill the bucket with whatever you like, and then you just set the bucket so that the net cup's down into the water. You plant your tomatoes. You don't have to water your tomatoes from the top. Worry about rotting your vegetables off. We've grown bok choy and everything in these buckets, and they work great. You always water from the bottom. That potting soil wicks the water up into the bucket, so the roots will go right straight down. I've even as much as had roots from my tomato plants growing out of those net cups about that long. And the roots will just continue to go right down into the water trough. And it works wonders for me, and I've never had to, I got a brand new rototiller I don't even use anymore since I've been using this system. But if you don't or can't find the net cups, another option is to take your bucket, drill a hole in the bottom, maybe about 3/4 of an inch drill bit or a 1/2 inch drill bit. Get some cotton material, old t-shirts, things like that, because cotton wicks water really well. What you do is you cut off a sloth about that long, you tie a knot in one end so it won't go down through the hole. Then you thread that wick out the bottom of your bucket, leaving the knot inside your bucket. Fill your bucket with soil, and the water will wick up that cotton, and it's the same as having these net cups. Now I like the net cups because it gives more chance for water to get to the bottom of your plant. If you can see that the water stays in them buckets pretty good. It's not wet, but it's moist, just what you want for your plant. So I don't tend to my garden. I think I weed my garden twice a year. I come out and it takes me about a 1/2 hour to weed them all. You might have 3 or 4 weeds in this one weed in that one, 8 weeds in this one. Just go right down the line, pick all your weeds out of there before the 4th of July, and then maybe the 1st of August, 1st of September, you go down through and weed it again. And you'll see a big difference in gardening, especially if you're getting up there in years or you have a bad back or you can't bend and twist like you used to. You'll like this. Now I'm just giving you the demonstration on this. I'll show you how I'm doing it when I start mixing soil in it. All right?
Okay, guys, like, subscribe, and remember, big or small, you too can be
a
a
backyard farm.